Second rule, main asset master is to be created with reference to asset class. Third rule, account determination is specified in asset class. Fourth rule, for account determination, we assign the GL accounts based on the nature of transaction. Yesterday I told you. Yeah, please tell me, madam.
Class में sir.
Asset accounting. This is also a sub ledger or subsidiary ledger. Asset accounting also sub ledger, like you see in accounts payable sub ledger, accounts receivable sub ledger, asset accounting also sub ledger. Here we use the terms like chart of depreciation. All asset accounting customization steps will be made to chart of depreciation. This chart of depreciation will be assigned to company code oblique codes. All the asset accounting settings we do at chart of depreciation level. It will be assigned to company code oblique codes. Here we cannot create chart of depreciation. We have to copy and create. The reason is each country, the depreciation rules are different. That's why SAP has given each country the specific chart of depreciation. India, they've given, US, they've given, UK, they've given, because each country, the depreciation calculation rules are different. So what we do, we copy Indian chart of depreciation and create. Suppose your company code is in UK, you copy UK chart of depreciation. Your company code is in US, US chart of depreciation. So we copy and create. Then we use the term depreciation areas. Here the areas like book depreciation. This is nothing but Companies Act depreciation. This will postings to accounts will be only book depreciation. Like income tax depreciation. Your income tax, the depreciation rules are different. Companies Act rules are different. Costing purpose you want to use differently, that is different. Group depreciation, your group is in US depreciation rules are different. So now here we have number of areas. You can create number of areas. But postings to accounts will be only book depreciation. Other areas are only for reporting purpose. Then we have depreciation methods. Like we have straight line method. When you say straight line method, depreciation we calculate and the acquisition value or purchase cost every year. Like this, asset purchase cost is 1 lakh. Rate of depreciation is 10% straight line method. What we do every year, we calculate on the purchase cost on 1 lakh at 10%. Every year we calculate at 10% on 1 lakh. This is straight line method. Next we have written down value depreciation method. Depreciation will be calculated on net book value every year. Here we calculate on the net book value in case of written down value method. What is the net book value? Your asset purchase cost is 1 lakh. Rate of depreciation is 10% WDV. Written down value method. First year depreciation will be 1 lakh into 10%, 10,000. Net book value in the year ending is 1 lakh minus 10,000, 90,000. Second year we calculate only on 90,000. On 90,000 at 10%, 9,000. Net book value in the second year end will be 1 lakh minus 10,000 minus 9,000, 81,000. Third year depreciation will be an 81,000 at 10%, 8,100. So we calculate depreciation on the net book value every year end. Earlier we used to follow these two methods. Then in Companies Act 2013, they are given the method called useful life method. Now companies have to follow useful life method in India. What is the useful life method? Asset purchase cost is 1 lakh. Here you have to keep some scrap value or residual value. The Companies Act is given 5% scrap value or residual value. That means 5% on 1 lakh is 5,000. Your asset value will be 95,000. Every year, so useful life they have given in the Companies Act, Schedule T, Schedule 2, So useful life they have given, suppose say 20 years. Every year depreciation will be 95,000 divided by 20, 4,750 every year. This is the every year depreciation amount. Now depreciation in the 21st year will be zero because you're calculating only up to 95,000. 5,000 will be there in the books till you sell the asset. So depreciation in the 21st year will be zero. We don't calculate any depreciation. Net book value, whatever residual value will be there, it will be there. 22nd year also zero. Net book value will be same 5,000 because you claim depreciation up to 95,000. The net book value will be 5,000. Suppose in the 23rd year you are selling at 1,000 rupees the sale price. Now there is a loss on asset sale 4,000. So 23rd year onwards, no net book value. Net book value will be zero. You have sold the asset completely. Like this we follow now as per New Companies Act. Then we have posting case. Posting case 70 debit asset. And posting case 75 credit asset. So now 70 debit asset, 75 credit asset. When you want to debit to any asset, we use 70. When you want to give credit to any asset, we use 75. Then we have transaction type or T types. These are given by SAP. I'm giving some transaction types like 100. In asset accounting, compulsorily you use transaction type like 100 external asset acquisition or outside purchase. 110 in-house production, produce the fixed asset in-house. 210 retirement with revenue, that is sales with consideration. 250 retirement without revenue, that is scrapping of asset. If you scrap the asset, you don't get any revenue. 320 transfer within company code, sending unit books. 330 transfer within company code, receiving unit books. So compulsorily you use the transaction type. Why you have to use? There is a debit to asset. You have debited to asset. It can be due to outside purchase or in-house production or inter-unit transfer or intercompany purchase. By seeing the transaction type, you can find out how the debit has come. If the transaction type is 100, it's outside purchase. If the transaction type is 110, in-house production. If the transaction type is 330, transfer from other unit. Like that we can find out. Then we have depreciation case. It's nothing but rate plus method. Like 5% straight line method, 5% written down value method, useful life method. These are called keys. Then we have discussed yesterday asset accounting rules. Sub asset master is to be created with reference to main asset master. Second rule I told you, main asset master is to be created with reference to asset class. Third rule I told you, account determination is specified in asset class. Fourth rule, for account determination, we assign the GL accounts based on the nature of transaction. So your asset accounting is based on these 4 rules. How these 4 rules will work, I'll give it the flow. I'll give the flow, asset accounting flow. Now, if you take any company's balance sheet, we have the items like land, buildings, plant and machinery, furniture, pictures, vehicles, capital work in progress. Now, this we call it as account determination. Why we call it as account determination? So I'll tell you. Now, your land, it can be freehold land or leasehold land. Buildings, it can be factory buildings or non-factory administrative buildings. Plant and machinery, here we create the department wise, department A, department B, department C. This creation is based on your convenience, your choice. There is no hard and fast rule to go like this. Furniture fixtures, it can be furniture fixtures, office equipment. Vehicles, heavy vehicles, others. Capital work in progress like general, expansion 1, expansion 2, your choice. These are called classes. Then we have main asset master, sub asset master. What is the main asset master? In department A, you purchase the machine number 1. in 2013, we created a main asset master because we can use independently. You purchase one more machine, machine number two, that is also main asset. Then what is the sub asset? For the asset which you purchased in 2013, today you are adding a motor. When you add a motor, because of the addition, the asset value, that efficiency will go up. When an asset efficiency is going up, we add to asset. If I add to asset directly here, because for this asset it has to calculate depreciation 20th 4, for this asset it has to calculate from 10/6 2020. We cannot calculate for motor from 20th 4. That's why what we do, we create this one as a sub asset master. This is a part of main asset. So any additions we create as a sub asset. So sub asset depreciation date will be different. Main asset depreciation date will be different. So why we call it as a sub asset? That's like this. Additions to specific assets will be created as a sub asset masters. Then why we are calling it as account determination? Why we are calling it as account determination? The reason is why to call the item as account determination. The item will decide which GL account to be posted automatically, which accounts to be posted automatically. Like suppose say, now I give like this for plant and machinery. In case of purchase, which account? In case of sales, which account? In case of profit and sale, which account? In case of loss on sale, which account? In case loss due to scrapping, which account? In case of depreciation, which account? In case of accumulated depreciation, which GL account it has to be posted? The same way I give for buildings also. Buildings in case of purchase, which account, which GL account? In case of sale, which account? In case of profit and sale, which account? In case of loss on sale, which account? Because when you sell the asset, there can be profit or loss. In case scrapping of asset, which account? In case of depreciation, which account? In case of accumulated depreciation, which account? Specify for each and every item, each and item. That's why we call it as account determinations. And we have discussed yesterday, main asset will have always sub number 0. What is the main asset sub asset? Suppose you have machine number 1, it takes main number 1 sub number 0. You are adding to motor to the same asset, it takes 1-1. You are adding one more item, it takes 1-2. What is the reason? The reason is like this. When we want to see machine number 1 purchase cost and accumulated depreciation, in the report I give 1-0. I want to see only machine number 1 purchase cost and accumulated depreciation. I give 1-0 in the report. When I want to see motor acquisition value and accumulated depreciation, in report I give 1-1. I want to see the motor purchase cost and accumulated depreciation, I give 1-1. Now, when I want to see machine number 1 with all the additions, I want to see the purchase cost and accumulated depreciation. In the report, I give 1. When I give 1, it gives all the items. That is the advantage by using the sub-asset number 0 for the main asset. So we can see main asset value separately, sub-asset value separately, asset as a whole separately, which we are going to see afterward. Now, how the 4 rules will work. As I told you, once again, I am repeating. I am purchasing a motor. What is the entry I am passing? Motor account debit to bank. When I give motor account debit, motor is 1-1, 1-1, 1 sub number 1. When you give 1-1 and you post the entry 5,000, 5,000, motor is a sub ledger. Now, when you give 1-1, system takes as a sub asset. When I give 1-0, it takes as a main asset. So the first rule is it checks when I give 1-1. Now you're debiting to sub ledger, crediting to general ledger bank. Your trial balance will not match. In the trial balance, only general ledger accounts will appear. So then what system will do? System checks like this. When you give 1-1, it checks the first rule. First rule is like this. Sub asset master is to be created with reference to main asset master. System checks what is created with reference to which asset master, which is created with reference to machine number 1. Because you're given 1-1, it takes a sub number, it takes the main asset. What is the main asset? Main asset is machine number 1. This is rule number 1. Second rule, main asset master is to be created with reference to asset class. When you create a main asset master, you will specify the asset class. What is the asset class? Department A. This is rule number 1. 2. Rule number 3. Account determination is specified in asset class. In department A, you have specified plant and machinery account determination. This is rule number 3. Rule number 4. For account determination, we assign the GL accounts based on the nature of transaction. For plant and machinery, in case of purchase, which account it has to go? Account number 2 lakh, plant and machinery account. If you see here, it's going to plant and machinery GL account, 2 lakh plant and machinery general ledger account automatically. So it's updating your sub ledger as well as general ledger. General ledger is debited, general ledger is created, your trial balance will match. The same logic you've seen yesterday also, earlier also, when you post to vendor, it has updated sundry creditors, GL account. You've seen earlier, when you post to customer, it has updated sundry debtors, GL account. So now there the link is very simple, only one link. Here the links are many. The system checks whether it is a main asset or sub asset based on the sub number. If sub number is 0, it's a main asset. Sub number is 1 or 2 or 3, it's a sub asset. Now let me give one more example. Now I am purchasing motor car, main asset, motor car purchase. Now when you purchase motor car, I'm giving the same day for account determination vehicles. Account determination vehicles, we assign the GL account 2 lakh 5 purchase in case of purchase vehicles account. The same example I'm taking. Now I'm passing the entry like this. Car purchase, car account debit. I'll reduce the font size. Yeah. Now we are passing the entry like this. Car account debit 5 lakh, credit to bank. Car account is a sub ledger. To bank, general ledger. Your trial balance will not match. At the time of posting, you're giving the car account number, GL account, car asset number, you're giving 1 lakh 1-0. So when you give 1 lakh 1-0, the system takes this as main asset. I told you main asset will have always sub number 0. So based on the sub number, it checks is a main asset or sub asset. It's a main asset. System checks from rule number 2. Rule number 2 is what? Main asset must is to be created with reference to asset class. See here, car is created with reference to asset class, heavy vehicles. Rule number 2. Rule number 3. Account determination is specified in the asset class. In the asset class, we have specified vehicles account determination. Rule number 4. For account determination, we assign the GL accounts based on the nature of transaction. For vehicles account determination, in case of purchase, we have given account number 2 lakh 5, GL account number 2 lakh 5, vehicles account. So it's updating to vehicles 2 lakh 5 account number, general ledger, it's updating vehicles account number. So there is a debit to general ledger, credit to general ledger. Now your trial balance will match. So based on the asset number, when you post, when you give sub number 1 or 2, it takes as a sub asset. When you give sub number 0, it takes as a main asset. The system will take automatically. So like this, it updates your sub ledger as well as general ledger. Now your trial balance will match because there is a debit to general ledger, credit to general ledger. So this way the asset accounting works. Once you know the flow of the 4 rules, it's very simple. Everybody says asset accounting is very complex. If you know the flow of these 4 rules, it is very simple. Now we have discussed the theory part. Now we'll go for customization. What steps are required? Then afterwards we'll do the testing. What steps are required? Now, first step, what we are doing is we are deleting group currency and hard currency for company code RIL. Why I'm deleting, I'll tell you. Now, asset accounting itself, so many steps are there. When you have group currency and hard currency, I have to do the settings for group currency, I have to do the settings for hard currency. All the settings are required. So before posting, I have to do the settings for company code currency, I have to do the settings for group currency, I have to do the settings for hard currency in asset accounting. You get confused. That's why what I do, first I delete. Then afterwards, once we test some transactions, then afterwards we activate. Otherwise, I'll do the settings parallelly for all the currencies, which takes so much time and you'll get confused. In live, we don't do that one, but here I have to show. Otherwise, because so many steps are there and asset accounting is a little bit complex as compared to other modules. So it's better to delete these things, then afterwards activate once again afterwards. So I'm deleting the currencies, group currency and hard currency for company code RIL. So without group currency and hard currency, we test asset accounting, then afterwards I'll activate. I do the settings once again for group currency and hard currency. We'll test. Hello,
Hello, sir.
tell me, tell me.
Sir, in live environment, we also delete group currency and hard currency when we
We
do
don't.
asset accounting.
No, not necessarily, na, because already you know everything. It's not required.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because if
Thank
I
you, sir.
teach you parallelly all the three currencies, I think you come attend in the morning also. Na, I think you've seen na, so many steps are there for parallel account asset accounting. So I don't want to confuse the students.
Yes, sir.
In live, it's not required. Okay,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you. Now we'll first for the time being we delete the group currency and hard currency for company code RIL. The path is like this: SPRO, financial accounting in brackets new, financial accounting global settings in brackets new. SPRO, financial accounting in brackets new, financial accounting global settings in brackets new. Ledgers, ledger, different currencies of leading ledger. Ledgers, ledger, define currencies of leading ledger. Select company code RIL, select details button. Select details button. Earlier we have used INR, Euro, and dollar. Remove all parameters for second local currency, second and third local currencies. Say, remove all the parameters. Remove. So I have removed second and third local currencies. Only kept one company code currency. Say, it gives a warning message. Ignore the message and press enter to save in your request. Save in your request. I'll create a asset accounting customization request. Any request. Afterwards, you'll activate. Now only one currency is there, company code currency, no other currencies. Then I told you copy reference chart of depreciation, oblique depreciation areas. What is this chart of depreciation? The definition we'll see. It's like this. A chart of depreciation contains a list of country-specific depreciation areas. Because each country, the rules are different. SAP has given each country the chart of depreciation. It provides the rules for the evaluation of assets that are valid in a given country. Each country, the rules are different. So whatever is valid for that country, they're given the rules. SAP has provided default chart of depreciation that area based on requirements of each country. So SAP has already given the chart of depreciation that is based on the requirements of each country. We can copy the country chart of depreciation and create our own or use default chart of depreciation given by SAP for the particular country. We can copy and create, or we can use whatever SAP has given the particular country. One company code can have only one chart of depreciation. Multiple company codes can use the same chart of depreciation. I told you the same chart of depreciation can be used by number of company codes. Now we copy and create, will not disturb the existing one. Then what is the depreciation area? Fixed assets are valued differently for different purposes like business purpose, legal purpose. SAP manages these different valuations by means of depreciation areas. Like I gave the example, book depreciation, this is a Companies Act depreciation, the legal requirement. Income tax depreciation, that is a different one. Casting depreciation, like group depreciation, for your group is in US, they want to see your results in that area depreciation wise, not your Indian depreciation. So we can have number of valuation different depreciation areas. We may need to use several depreciation areas for a single asset depending on the valuation and reporting requirements. For a single asset, I use Companies Act, I use Income Tax Act, I use group depreciation. Posting to accounts will be only book depreciation, others are only for reporting purpose. Already I told you. The depreciation area can be a real depreciation area or derived depreciation area. Now I create real depreciation area. Afterwards, I'll show you it derives automatically. It can be derived depreciation area. The path is like this: SPRO, financial accounting, in brackets new asset accounting. Asset accounting. Organization structures, copy, reference chart of depreciation, oblique depreciation areas. Organizational structures, copy, reference chart of depreciation, oblique depreciation areas. Double click on copy reference chart of depreciation. From the menu bar, select organizational object, copy organizational object. From chart of depreciation, select 1IN sample chart of depreciation India. See here, they are given all country chart of depreciations. You can see Austria, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Switzerland, all countries they have given. Now we use Indian chart of depreciation. We can use directly, or you can copy and create. 1IN Indian chart of depreciation. To chart of depreciation, you can give any number or name, whatever you want. I'm giving my company code so that we can identify easily. RIL. Ignore the messages, enter. S button. So Indian relevant depreciation tables, everything is copied now. Already request is created. We can save in the request. Save in the request. Save in the request. We get a message, chart of depreciation, 1IN, copy to RIL, press enter. 1IN, copy to RIL, press enter. Select back arrow. Double click on specify description of chart of depreciation. Specify description of chart of depreciation. Select position button, chart of depreciation RIL and enter. Position button, RIL, enter. So when you copied Indian chart of depreciation, the description also is copied. Now we give our chart of depreciation name. Change description to chart of depreciation for RIL. RIL. Select save button. Press enter to save in your request. Save in your request. Double click on copy of big. Select back arrow. Select back arrow. Select back arrow. Double click on copy of big delete depreciation areas. Chart of depreciation RIL, enter. RIL, enter. Now, when you copied Indian chart of depreciation, it is copied 8 areas, like book depreciation, income tax depreciation, costing depreciation, group depreciation. Now, group currency depreciation, book depreciation, group currency, investment support, like that, so many areas it is copied. If you keep it like this, when you create an asset master, which is at end user area, all the 8 areas will come. All the 8 areas will come. Somebody selects any key for any area, in the report it will be there. So what we do in live environment, whatever areas are not required, we delete. If you want to add afterwards, you can add. So how to delete whatever areas are not required? I told you Companies Act depreciation, which is posting to accounts, is required. Income tax depreciation is required. So maximum we can use one more group depreciation. Only 3 they generally we use maximum. So now I am keeping the 3, remaining I am deleting. So how to delete? I'll show you. Select areas 20, 20, 31, 32, 31, 32, 41 and 51. 41 and 51. 41 and 51. Select delete button. Now only 3 areas are left out. Only 3 areas are left. Select save button. One minute. Let me check. Yeah, save button. Save in your request. So now we have 3 areas: book depreciation, Companies Act, Income Tax Act, group depreciation. Third step, assign chart of depreciation to company code. What are chart of depreciation is there? You have to assign either company code or big codes. SPRO, financial accounting in brackets new, asset accounting. Asset accounting. Organizational structures, assign chart of depreciation to company code. Organizational structures, assign chart of depreciation to company code. Select position button. Company code RIL, enter. Company code RIL, assign chart of depreciation RIL. What are you created in the last step? Select save button. Press enter to save in your request. save in your request. So we have assigned the chart of depreciation to company code. The next step is specify account determination. What is this account determination? It's like this, whatever you discussed earlier in the theory part. Now I'm creating this account determination, these items. You can create whatever you want. I've given the example only few, like number of account determinations you can create. What is this account determination definition? For account determination, we specify the general ledger accounts to be posted based on the nature of transaction. Like purchase of asset, one account, sale of asset, different account, profit or loss on sale of asset. This account determination, whatever you create, is assigned the asset class. So based on the nature of transaction, which account it has to post, so we create. That's why this account determination is required. For this account determination, we assign the general ledger accounts. The path is like this. Up to organized structures, the path is same. Up to organized structures, the path is same. Path is same. Set classes. Specify account determination. Set classes. Specify account determination. Select new entries button. Select new entries button. Two columns, account determination, name for account determination. Now you can give whatever you want. I have given like this, land RIL 10,000. It is a text field. You can give whatever you want. Buildings RIL 11,000, plant and machinery RIL 20,000, furniture fixtures RIL 30,000. These are the only text fields. You can give whatever you want. I'm giving RIL 10,000. RIL 10,000. Land. RIL 11,000. Buildings. RIL 20,000. Plant and machinery. RIL 30,000. Furniture fixtures. RIL 31,000. Vehicles. RIL 40,000. Capital work in progress. There is nothing but asset under construction. RIL 40,000. Capital work in progress. Nothing but asset under construction. Select save button. Press enter to save in your request. You can create whatever class account determination you want. Save. Save in your request. The next step is create screen layout tools. Now, when you create the asset master, what fields are required on screen? This we define afterwards. First, you are creating a layout. Like in you have seen earlier, in accounts payable, for vendors master, you have specified reconciliation account required. Customer master, you have specified reconciliation account required. The same way for assets, we specify capitalization date required, because you have to give the asset capitalized date, so that you have to calculate depreciation from the date of capitalization. As soon as you purchase, you should not calculate depreciation. That has to be installed, that has to be put to use. From that date on, you have to calculate the depreciation. So first we are creating 6 layouts. You want to create one layout, you can create, but I want to have layouts, land separately, building separately, plant and machinery separately. So I'm creating 6 layouts. And one more thing, SAP here, what they have done is they have not given any create button, only copy button. We copy 6 layouts and create our own layouts. So if you see here, create screen layout tools, same path. Create screen layout tools, same path. See here, there no create button, no create button. Only copy button is there, no create button. So what do you do when you practice also? Select first 6 layouts. Anything is only text fields. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is only text field. Because I require 6 layouts, I'm copying 6. Select first 6 screen layouts. Select copy as button. Copy as button. It's copied. We have discussed earlier also, when you copy, we cannot use the same code. So I'm changing here change screen layout rule to RL1. It's a text field. Name will be and second screen layout RL2. Name will be buildings. Third will be RL3, plant and machinery. Four will be RL4, furniture and pictures. Furniture and pictures. Next, RL5, vehicles. Next will be RL6, capital work in progress. Enter, save button. Enter, select save button. Press enter to save in your request. So you created 6 layouts. Here there is no create button, only copy button. Now the next step is define number range interval, same path. What is number range interval? Now what we do in the next step, for land classes I assign 01. For building classes I assign 02. For plant and machinery I assign 03, so that you'll get different numbers when you create the asset master. Like you created in case of vendors, FI vendors separate numbers, MM vendors separate numbers. You created customers also, FI customers separate number, SD customers separate number. The same way I create the 6 ranges, because we have 6 different items. You want to use only one, you can use, but you cannot get separate list. So that's why it's better to create 6. Same path. Company code RIL. Select change intervals button. Only one number range is coming. Select insert line button 5 times. Insert line 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the number range 01, 1 to 1 lakh. 01, 1 to 1 lakh. 02, second range 1 lakh, 1 to 2 lakh. 03, 2 lakh, 1 to 3 lakh. 04, 3 lakh 1 to 4 lakh, 05, 4 lakh 1 to 5 lakh, 06, 5 lakh 1 to 6 lakh. You're using 6 ranges. Save. This will assign in the next step. These are the asset master numbers. That's why you can see here asset numbers. Next step is define asset classes. See here, what is the asset class? If you see the example, whatever I covered, the theory part, I have completed account determination. Now I'm going to create asset classes. In the asset class, I give the number range. When you create the asset master, it takes the numbers. So now I'm going to create asset classes. What is the asset class definition? An asset class in SAP is the basis for classifying an asset based on business and legal requirements. Like in legal requirement, income tax requirement is, it's like this: factory buildings, non-factory buildings, because income tax, the rates are different. It is nothing but grouping of assets having common characteristics. Asset master is to be created under asset class. Afterwards, when I create the asset master, I have to create under asset class. An asset class is defined at client level. In asset class, we specify account number ranges, screen layout for asset master creation, what number range it has to take, how the layout has to come, fields have to come, we define in asset classes. So the path is same. Same path. All the steps, they're going in one place only. Select new entries button. Asset class is a text field. I told you classes: freehold land, leasehold land. I create freehold land. The name, it's a code I give. It's a text field, RIL 1000. RIL 1000. It's a text field. Freehold land. Start text, freehold land. I told you rule number 3. What is the rule number 3? I told you in the asset class, we specify the account determination. So here, account determination, you have to specify. This is a rule number 3. Rule number 3, account determination. We have created RIL 10,000. Land, RIL 10,000. RIL 10,000. Screen layout rule, select RIL1 land. What are layout you have created? You have created 6 layouts. I'm selecting first layout, RIL1 land. Now what numbers you want to give? We have created 6 ranges. I give land ranges 1 range, first range 01. Next, select include asset checkbox and inventory data. This is select the checkbox. Why you have to select the checkbox? I'll tell you once we save completely. Select no AUC or summary management of AUC radio button. No AUC or summary management of AUC radio button. What is this AUC? AUC stands for asset under construction. What we are saying, no AUC means it's not an asset under construction. It is a completed asset. So it's not, no AUC means it's not an asset under construction. No AUC, it's not an asset under construction. Select next entry button. I have given so many classes. Instead of creating so many classes, we create few classes. Land, I have created 1 class. Buildings also I create only 1 class. Plant and machine, I create 2 classes. Each account determination, I create only one class. When you practice, you can create number of classes, your choice. Now I am creating buildings class, asset class, RIL 1100, factory buildings. I told you asset class creation is your choice. Factory buildings. Short text factory buildings. Account denomination. Select RIL 11,000 buildings. You created earlier account denomination RIL 11,000. Screen layout rule RIL2. You created 6 layouts. Second layout RIL. Number range. We have created 6 ranges. Second range 0 to 0 to. Select included set checkbox and inventory data. What the purpose I'll cover afterwards once we save. Included set checkbox and inventory data. Select no UC or summary management of UC radio button. No UC summary management of UC radio button. Select next in the button. Set class RL 2000, 20,000, not 3000. It's only text field. You can use 2000 also, no issue. It's only text field. Class RL 2000. It's only text field. You can give whatever you want. RL 2000. Short text department A. Account denomination. Select RL 20,000 plant and machinery. What are you created? Screen layout tool. I'm selecting the third layout RL 3. Number range. I'm selecting the third layout, third range 03. Select included set checkbox and inventory data. No UC or summary management of UC radio button. Select next in D button. Now you've seen for each account determination, you're creating one class. Now I'll create 2 classes for plant and machinery. I'm creating one more class for plant and machinery. SR class RL 2001 department B. RL 2001 department B. Now I'm creating 2 classes. Short text department B. Account determination. Select RL 20,000 plant and machinery. Same account determination I'm selecting RL 20,000 plant and machinery. Same account determination. Screen layout tool, same rule, RIL 3. Plant and machinery. Number range, same range. All the plant and machinery should take the same series 03. Select include asset checkbox and inventory data. Select no UC or summary management of UC radio button. Now we go for next account elimination. Select next entry button. Now we'll go for furniture and fixtures. Asset class RIL 3000 furniture and fixtures. It's a text field. You can give whatever you want. Furniture and fixtures. Account determination. Select RIL 30,000 furniture and fixtures. Furniture fixtures. Screen layout tool. I'm using the fourth layout RIL 4. RIL 44. RIL 4. Number range 04. Select include asset checkbox and inventory data. Select no UC or summary management of UC radio button. Same thing. Select next entry button. Now I create one class under vehicles. Asset class RIL 3100 vehicles. Others. Vehicles others. Short text vehicles others. Account determination select RIL 31,000 vehicles. This also 3100. Screen layout tool, select RIL 5. I'm giving the next one, RIL 5, fifth one. Number range 05. Select include asset checkbox and inventory data. No UC or summary management of UC radio button. Select next entry button. Class RIL 4000. Next, capital work in progress general. Short text CWP general. CWP means capital work in progress. CWP general. Account determination select RIL 40,000 capital work in progress. In layout tool, select RIL 6. We have created 6 layouts, 6th I'm using. RIL 6. Number range, 6th range we are using, whatever you have created, 06. Earlier you selected include asset checkbox and inventory data. We should not select. Select include asset checkbox and inventory data. Why you should not select also I'll cover. Select line item settlement radio button. Here you would select line item settlement radio button. Select save button. Save in the request. So why you should select line item settlement? Why we should not select include asset checkbox and inventory data for capital work in progress? And why you would select include asset checkbox and inventory data for other classes? Why you would select? I'll tell you in tomorrow's session. This will continue in tomorrow's session. Okay. Thank you very much.